Good evening. This is CTV News for Friday, October 9th. I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us this evening. Well, it has crossed the border, and Prince George's police are wasting no time in cracking down on the new synthetic drugs that have hit the streets. CTV's Gina Barty is at police headquarters with more.
Well, Patty, as you know, our neighbors in D.C. have been battling the sale and use of this new synthetic drug that has hit their streets pretty aggressively. And the Prince George's County Police for the past 3 months have been investigating the use and sale of this synthetic drug. Now, yesterday they seized over 1,800 packets and paraphernalia sold at 3 local convenience stores right here in the county.
That investigation culminated yesterday with the execution of 3 search warrants in our county, 2 on Marlboro Pike, 1 on Allentown Road. What you see here before you is what we seized out of those 3 search warrants. We seized almost 1,800 packs of synthetics, and I do not want to use the term synthetic marijuana. It's not like marijuana. It's 100 times more powerful than marijuana. It's almost like synthetics are like crack on steroids, okay? The potency of this is unreal. It almost mimics PCP.
And with no required age limit to purchase these synthetics, law enforcement is working with county and state officials in creating legislation to combat the use and sale of these synthetics.
That's one of the challenges we face, not here, just regionally as well as nationally, about how do we charge people in relation to synthetics. And we're looking at different legislative things here in the county that will hopefully aid us in that in the future, along with our state's attorney's office and county attorney's office.
Now, the Prince George's County Police Department is taking aggressive steps in alerting schools and parents about this new synthetic drug because they say the packaging is marketed towards kids, and they want parents to know that this drug is more dangerous than crack cocaine. Reporting from Palmer Park, Gina Barty, CTV News.
And if you wish to anonymously report a business or person selling synthetic drugs, you can contact the Narcotic Enforcement Division at 301-883-6800. Well, the driver of a tractor trailer dies after he loses control of his rig and plunges off of the outer loop of the Beltway onto the Suitland Parkway. No other vehicles were involved in the early morning crash. The truck was hauling paper products, and its mangled wreckage was scattered across Suitland Parkway beneath the Beltway overpass. The incident caused a traffic nightmare for much of the morning as outbound lanes of the parkway were shut down. Maryland Democrats nominate the widow of longtime state delegate James Proctor to succeed him in the legislature. Elizabeth Proctor of Accokeek is the first choice of Senate President Mike Miller to finish out the term of her husband, who died in September after a prolonged illness. And Carlos Sanchez, the current secretary of the Prince George's Central Committee, has been tapped to fill the seat left vacant by the resignation of Delegate Will Campos. Now, Governor Hogan approved the nominations late this afternoon. Senator Ben Cardin introduces legislation that would encourage police departments to improve training and standards. The bill provides enhanced funding to combat police misconduct and improves federal data collection on police practices, including the use of deadly force by and against officers. The measure has been endorsed by the ACLU, the NAACP, and other civil rights organizations. Congressman Chris Van Hollen introduces federal legislation to prevent a December government shutdown. The measure, which has the support of Democrats on the House Budget Committee, would fast-track negotiations to end a sequester. The act calls for bipartisan talks to raise discretionary spending caps and establish appropriate offsets if a deal is not reached by November 16th. The federal government was shut down for 16 days in 2013 due to failed budget negotiations. Maryland's senior U.S. Senator Barbara Mikulski introduces a bill to help older Americans who struggle with mental illness. The Improving Access to Mental Health Act of 2015 will make it easier for seniors seeking behavioral health services by updating the way the Medicare program reimburses clinical social workers. The measure would also create a new payment structure that would align Medicare payments for clinical social workers with that of other non-physician health care providers like nurse practitioners and physician assistants. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.